Hey there YouTube, Vinny here for another Cap of the Week, and this week we're going to go look into one of the more successful franchises in baseball history, the St. Louis Cardinals. So you take a look at the cap, and this is their home cap, or the cap that they're most traditionally known with. However, you take a look, this is an interesting thing here. It looks like the patch here is sewn on. The STL logo is a little separate. So this is a really old cap. My guess is this is from the 1960s, and we'll get into that. And one thing that's interesting is that for a traditionally minded franchise, this cap did not come out until 1964, which means Stan Musial played his entire Hall of Fame career not wearing this cap, which I found really fascinating. I would assume that this cap went further back, but they wore traditionally a Navy cap for St. Louis until 1964. So then from that point onward, this became the home cap or an even road cap for certain years after. So let's get into it. Now, what's interesting about this cap is when I'm like feeling the cap, it feels so plush, almost like a velvet, not a velvet, but it feels like felt. So I don't know if the material's wool. If it is, it's definitely a very soft wool. So it's interesting to see how they were made back then. And we'll take a look. Obviously no MLB logo. This cap is way older than 1992. And even the inside is very different. It's like a darker leather sweatband than we're used to seeing. We see the Kelly green underbrim, the way the stitches are made. The Cardinals actually were one of the earlier teams to switch to gray, so this is really an older cap. Now we take a look at the size 7. So this size tag has been there forever. I really like to know the information about that size tag. But we take a look on the inside. We see the white taping here. The buckram is very coarse. It's almost like sandpaper. It's a little different. And you can even see where the STL logo from the outside, that patch, has been sewn in. So I think these are how caps are made. I can't tell you if this is a retail cap or if this is a cap that was made for the players, game issue. If anyone has any information on that, that'd be great. My guess is no, it's not, because of the patch on the outside, that this was not made for retail, or made for the players, but made for retail. I don't know if you can see this, but this is really cool. It says here, New Era. I think it was Trust Any Pro, and this is their old tag that they used to put on, like stamp it on. And this is the only cap I have in my collection that has that old New Era logo. Now that may look familiar because recently New Era launched their Heritage Series, which are their replicas of caps from 1934. They made 6 caps, one including the St. Louis Cardinals, and the caps have leather sweatbands. They're a little bit made with higher quality materials, and they do have that logo, that New Era crown logo that's stamped in on the side. Almost looks like the Canada Dry logo. And it's really interesting to see that I have a cap from that. I have caps that I thought were older, but they don't have that logo. So what's missing here, though, is a New Era label. So I don't think there was a label put in here. So I really don't know the mystery about this cap. As brittle as the sweatband is, I can wear it, but I choose not to. But it is a perfect fit. So, you know, maybe if I learn how to take care of these sweatbands, I mean, it's really cracking from just, I guess, neglect over the years. So it's a really cool cap. I don't know if it's the oldest in my collection, but it certainly is certainly one of the more unique New Era versions that I've seen. And the cap holds really well. And I know that St. Louis Cardinal fans will appreciate the history of the franchise, even though, you know, the Yankees are, you know, the #1 team in terms of championships. The St. Louis Cardinals have won, I think, 11 World Series, so they've definitely been one of the stronger franchises. And for a mid-market team to consistently do well is a testament to their organization. But what a really cool cap this is, and I hope to find more of these unique caps online. Until next week, see ya.